All right, guys. This is take two. I did this on the last one, and unfortunately, we just did a great interview with Malia, and I erased it. I didn't save it. This is Chris Martinez. This is Car Buying Tips with Charles Maund Toyota. This is Malia Bingham. Malia, say hi.
Hi. We'll do this again.
Wow. I gotta apologize. You guys just missed some real gold talking about Malia's first experience in the business, actually buying a vehicle, and I just didn't save it.
That's no problem. We can do this again. It happens.
I apologize, folks, but we're going to be doing this every week with Malia, and she's going to be bringing a different flavor, I guess you say, to the actual car buying tips. And we're going to be discussing real topics with Malia, real day-to-day experiences, ways to help you as a consumer buy a vehicle. So, Malia, how long have you been here with us?
A little over 6 years.
6 years?
Hard to believe, isn't it? It seems like yesterday.
It really. 6 years. So I got here August, about 6.5 years ago. Mm-hmm. When did you get here?
January of the following year. So about six to 7 months after you got here.
It feels like yesterday.
It does. It's hard to believe. It's been a fantastic experience, but time just seems to fly here. We stay busy. Yeah, we stay focused.
17 just went by like that.
Yeah.
Right?
It's kind of scary.
Okay, so we had a discussion about what were some of the things the barriers that you were coming into as a female into this environment, not just as a sales professional, but when you as a consumer came in and bought a vehicle, what kind of stigmas did you run into?
Probably it's been quite a while, and things hopefully have changed a little bit. We'd like to think they have. But being a woman decision maker, I wasn't really taken seriously as a decision maker. They were looking around to find out where my husband or my father was to help me buy the car when in fact, I was there to make the purchase on my own and able to do so, which is the case with 90% of the women that walk into a dealership today. So it was very male orientated at the time and a little daunting, a little frustrating. I would like to think that over the last couple decades, things have changed. And of course, that's our focus here at Charles Maund, is to make sure that every person that comes in is treated like a buyer, regardless of gender.
Right. Absolutely, or race, whatever, right? We want to try to make sure that when customers come in here, they have a good experience.
Exactly,
right?
That's the whole goal.
And there's those stigmas out there with different dealers, I guess you could say, that it's not the case, right? And I don't know if it's so much, in fairness, the dealer themselves, but some of the people that might be there, right?
Yes, yeah. You're only as good as the people that are on the floor, and unfortunately, you can't wrangle everybody around and watch them 24/7. But what we'd like to think is we do a great job of training and a great job of customer satisfaction here.
And then really just trying to get involved with the employees themselves, right?
Exactly.
Because if someone's having a bad day, you can't be portraying that to the consumer, because then that gives us a negative reflection, right?
Exactly.
But we really do try to go out of our way to try to make sure that we treat customers right. Although we're not perfect, things happen. Unfortunately, there's just not everyone's going to be happy, right?
Exactly.
But in knowing that, we do our best to try to make sure that the consumer does have an exceptional experience.
Exactly.
Right? So walk me. So when you started, how long have you been in the car business now?
10 years. April of 07. Right. Mm-hmm. Actually, it's been almost 11 years. Coming up shortly. It's hard to believe. By accident, I entered this business, but I grew very fond of it. And
walk me through that. What happened? What did Malia just said? You know what? I'm gonna go work as a sales professional.
Well, actually, I was in financial services for 30 years. My daughter turned 13, and I couldn't travel the country opening up branches anymore. At the time, I drove a different brand, and the general manager, I was a very loyal customer to them, and he said, "I think you ought to become a salesperson." And I said, "Oh, you're crazy. I'm not a car salesperson." But he actually said, "No, give it a shot. And it's a people business, and I love people, and I've grown to love it." And
that's what it is, right? It's a people business, right?
Exactly.
That's what people forget. At the end of the day, you're treating customers the way you want to be treated.
Exactly.
Because when at the end of the day, you remember what it was like, right? People prejudge you or qualify you. and you try to erase that, right? You want to make sure that, hey, doesn't matter what you look like, we're going to treat you right.
Exactly.
Right? So, talk me through, on the negotiation part, when someone was trying to initially, when you were a customer, what are some of the real things that people are feel that were in your situation that say, you know what, not taking serious? What does that feel like?
It's discouraging. Well, that's my best price, or what kind of payment are you looking for? When in fact I wasn't a payment buyer at the time, so they really didn't take the time when I was purchasing a car to find out what my buying motivations were,
to listen,
and to listen. So 90% of selling is listening, and the 10% is actually closing the car deal. So we have a great management team, and I think they recognize that here. And fortunately, hopefully, the environment has changed where
and we're slowly, here when they come in here, I mean, we've slowly, I mean, we weren't selling 1,000 cars a month right away, right?
Oh, no.
It took us some time, right?
It took us a long time, yeah.
It took us some time. So, and part of that is just people, once they get those repeat buyers, which you get a lot of them, right?
Yes, I do. Yes,
they know that, hey, you know what, I got to go see Malia, right?
And their family members and their friends, which just goes to show you that if you treat your buyers with dignity and respect and make a fair deal, that they're going to tell their family and friends. And that's really how I've built my customer base over the last 6 years. And I'm very fortunate.
Very fortunate, right? Because then all of a sudden, they out of the blue, it's might be a cold day
like today,
right?
And they'll walk in
icy, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm gonna go see Malia.
Yeah.
All right. So it happens.
Good feeling.
But okay, well, these are kind of some of the topics we'll be talking about as the weeks go by. We're going to be doing them weekly with Malia. She's going to talk about real life experiences with customers on how they actually came in and wanted to do a purchase. She talked to them about leasing, right? Because that's another stigma that people have, right?
Yeah.
So we'll be discussing things like that as the weeks come on. But that's just your quick tip. We're trying to break those walls. We want to make sure that you can see us as car sales professionals, right? Malia, myself, and just know that, hey, we're real people. You can see our actual profiles. You'll be able to see us, talk to us, come into the dealership, and we'll be here. So this is Car Buying Tips with Charles Maund Toyota. Special guest Malia Bingham, top sales professional, internet manager. I mean, you're usually in the top 5 in the store, right?
For the most part.
For the most
part,
months.
Yeah.
Almost every month.
Almost.
I mean, I gotta say, sometimes 3, 4, but definitely top 5 for sure, right? So,
thanks to my customers.
Yes, and we're gonna try to push that up this year, right? 2018. You got your family's growing.
My family's grown. I have one more grandchild, just now. So I'm blessed.
It's good stuff. God is good, right?
Good.
We'll be talking more about that. But this is it, guys. Car Buying Tips with Charles Maund Toyota. Thank you, and hope you guys have a great day, great evening.